Hello, everybody, and indeed, it's the ChicagoTonyV show, and I'm ChicagoTonyV. Good to see everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. And once again, I suppose I got to pat myself on the back a little bit. I'm here right at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, like clockwork. Who is this responsible and predictable on the internet? Who other than me? I'm just not sure at this point. I have to remember, I always need to put a little disclaimer on the front, so here we go. Everything I say henceforth, just in case, it's allegedly, it's for entertainment purposes only. That's always a little bit confusing to people. We start some music. That's always a little bit confusing to people, and I understand it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird to have to do that. But, big news for today. Big happenings since yesterday for all three of you people who, for some reason, are watching me every day. Why am I doing this every day? Who knows? Why are you three people watching me every day? Who knows? Maybe we're meant for each other. At any rate, I was saying yesterday, because I get the same questions over and over on my streams. Those questions are you a mob guy? Let's see what else. Who is Vincenzo? Who's Vince? Get that all the time. Which pizza's better? Deep dish or New York style? Get that all the time. I'm starting to get who are the money pennies, or who's money penny. And I got a lot of, just in general, what the hell are you doing? Who are you, and what and why are you doing this? And I said on the show yesterday, I said, maybe it's time to start putting almost like an FAQ, because we're seeing these questions over and over. Start putting an FAQ up on somewhere, whatever. So, that was such a spark of an idea that I actually struggled through getting the first part of that done. I finally got a little bit of experience recording videos because Vincenzo, so who's Vinny? He's my dopey computer guy. He's the guy that set me up on all this technology I don't understand. He's the reason I'm streaming on Reddit today. There's no way this could happen without good old Vinny. Hello, Miss Trixie143. Good to see you. And I've been recording apology videos because it seems like I tick people off a little bit after some of my streams. And it turns out yesterday was maybe the mother of all tick-offedness in terms of streams. We probably need to talk about that because I need advice on this one. Yesterday was weird. Some of the fan mail was weird. At any rate, so I got a little experience recording videos for myself. It's been relatively hilarious. Vincenzo has to talk me over the phone. All right, now what button do I press? Now what button do I press? Well, anyway, I recorded some FAQ videos yesterday. Again, it was such a kernel of an idea that I just kind of couldn't get it out of my head. Good morning, Dirty Rudy. Love the name. So I recorded these videos. Now, normally, Vincenzo is a black hole. He's, as we've stated before, he's typically holed up in his parents' basement, playing Dungeons and Dragons or Fortnite. Vincenzo is 23 years old. I guarantee you his only friends are probably like fourth graders that he plays Fortnite with over the internet. That's the picture in my head. I love Vinny. I'm hard on him. Anyway, last night, and I could never get a hold of the kid. The kid never calls me back, almost. I sent him a message. Vincenzo, I recorded these FAQ videos. Well, I happened to check. I got up. I've been up forever. I got up at, I was up at 2:30 this morning. Try getting a Dunkin' Donuts coffee at 2:30 in the morning. It's not going to happen. I had to go generic gas station coffee. It was horrible. I almost died. Anyway, I got in early this morning. I went to this, even though I never do. It took me forever it's a pain in the butt. I'm not an internet guy, but I had nothing better to do. I'm sitting here with crickets. I went to this YouTube. It took me a little while to find myself. Anyway, I think it's up on the screen, ChicagoTonyV. Anyway, Vincenzo was like a Keebler elf last night, apparently. Because, now not all of them, but I think he's got like 3 or 4 FAQ videos up there. It also seems like he got better, a little bit better with each one. Like I did one, I'm always asked, which is better, Chicago deep dish or New York style? I'm always asked that. And so I answered the question on this video. Vincenzo put, there's images. It looks like I'm from the Food Network, a little bit. It's not that great, but I mean, it's, way better than I can do. Vincenzo did this overnight. He took his lips off the bong pipe long enough. I'm proud of the kid. I don't know when I'll talk to him next, but I must congratulate him. So I don't know, there's a few others, but so, we did all those things. Who's Vince? Were you in the mob? Are you, or why are you doing this, you crazy fuck? Sorry about my language. Sorry. Especially, I shouldn't be using the F word. What else did I do? Who are the money pennies? What's that all about? I think I did one of those. Anyway, so congrats to Vincenzo. He did a great job. I can't lie. I can't believe it's up there. So now, henceforth, when I get these were you in the mob thing, you guys yourselves in the thread, just direct them. It's literally an FAQ list, whatever they call that. What is that? What are those lists in YouTube? Also, if you want to reach out via Twitter, the Twitter account is at ChicagoTony. That's been terrific. The kids behind the machinery that is the ChicagoTonyV show. I must admit, they were right. Right? Vincenzo told me, and one or two of the money pennies told me, this is the way to communicate with people. And I've been hearing, Money Penny told me yesterday, like, 3 people signed up on or connected on Twitter. They like the show, blah, blah, blah. Borg 007 says, yo, what's up, Mr. Peter Griffin? Yeah, I started seeing Peter Griffin comments. And as I've said before, I was warned when I started streaming on Reddit, especially as an old guy that does not understand technology or social media culture, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of interesting. I got warned over and over. Don't pay attention to the trolls. So I was kind of worried about that. But I found in general that I actually, some of the digs really make me laugh. The first time I saw Mr. Peter Griffin, that one really made me laugh. The other one that's been floating around is that, Newman. That made me laugh really too. And especially the first reference to Newman was the Jurassic Park character that guy played, whatever that actor's name played, and he's got the hat like mine. So it was perfect. That was a really good dig. I thought that was well done. But the Peter Griffin, you know, we'll see when that one gets a little old. So Diana Banana 418. It seems like my eyes are working better today. I don't know why. Says hands down New York pizza. And if you look at my ultimate response to the question of deep dish or New York style, you will see, one, that I agree with you, but then number two, you will also see an amazing recommendation for the best pizza on the planet. You must check it out. Go to the YouTube thing, ChicagoTonyV, like Victor, and see this video that Vincenzo put together. I still can't believe he did it. I'm still kind of flabbergasted. Brent 182182, which is a little redundant. I'm a bit down. My cross-eyed girlfriend lost her job today as a teacher. She couldn't control her pupils. It's a good one. That's cheesy, just like a Chicago deep dish, which is my main beef with the deep dish. Too much cheese. The pizzas they're just too gigantic and heavy. Miss Trixie 143 says Chicago 20. I think that's it, and then question mark. I think what you're saying is you're looking for this YouTube, whatever they call it, channel thing, and it's Chicago Tony, like the name. It should be up in a graphic up there, Tony, and then the letter V, like vasectomy. That's how to find it. Unforgivable. Isn't it kind of early? Well, I guess it depends on your perspective. Yesterday I noticed during the stream that there were a lot of people from Australia, a lot of Australian guys. They're just like, who is this person and what's he talking about? And it was kind of funny. And it made me think I probably ought to be streaming at a different time, or at least mix it up a little bit. Henceforth, or so far I should say, I have been streaming at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, only because that's kind of like the middle of the day for me. And so it's convenient for me, but I realized that I appear to be reaching out to only Australian people, or mostly Australian people, which, don't get me wrong, you know, I would like to know Australian people. I want to know, is there more than just what else did Australia give us, or what else does it have to offer? We know kangaroos, obviously. We know Crocodile Dundee. I'd be so curious to know, how big of a deal was that in Australia? Is that guy a legend in Australia? Or is he just a total unknown? Or somewhere in between? I'll bet he's a legend. And then, of course, Mel Gibson, right? The Road Warrior movies, which I just watched. I rewatched the original a couple nights ago. It's a classic. I love those movies. There's something about I like dystopian movies because I like to kind of think, what would I do to get out of this situation? And I must admit, as those Mad Max movies, they paint a pretty bleak picture. You know, I'm not so sure, especially the older I get, the fatter I get, the balder I get. I'm not so sure how I would do in the Mad Max environment. I love the names. I was going through the character names the other day. Like Toe Cutter. It's a very ominous name. The latest movie, Immortan Joe. That's a pretty ominous name for an ominous dude. That dude was off the rails. Scary to me. If you were in a movie, says Unforgivable, if you were in a movie and you had to die, how would you want to go? Talking about me in particular, I think I would like to be suffocated by Halle Berry's breasts would probably be my preferred. Yeah, that's how I would want to go. I'd want to get the shot just right, too. Because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. Money Spot 686 says, we love your show, Chicago Tony. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. It's really, honestly, and judging by the title of my stream today, which I forget exactly how I worded it, but it's something pathetic like help me get a social life. That's very meaningful to me right now that you love the show. I love doing the show. This is the only thing that, for me, that approximates being social other than... Now, the real chink in the armor, which I think I was telling my pen pal Terry the other day, the real chink in the armor with this setup is, right now I am speaking to an inanimate object. And all of you beautiful people are merely, you're sitting in my imagination. I'm having to imagine you guys being there. That's a little weird, but you know what? It's way better than nothing. But it occurred to me right now, and I don't mean this to be pathetic. I mean, it's really kind of funny. But I mean, the reality is, the highlights of my day socially now are the 2 freaking coffees that I buy. That's my social interaction. And what bothered me so is this morning I noticed how much of a jolt I got from my first Dunkin' Donuts guy saying, hey, how are you doing? You know, I got such a jolt. How does that work? My brain excreted dopamine into I don't know how that works. But I was so pleased that the Dunkin' Donuts guy perked up a little bit, kind of like, hey, I know you, you're here every single day, and I know what you get and whatever. And realizing myself getting perked up by that, I just thought, okay, this is not good. This isn't what life is supposed to be, right? That's not supposed to be the highlight of your day. So I think I'm reaching out for some sort of help. Oh yeah, Galabanza, Witness Me, Shiny and Chrome. Those movies, that movie particularly, so beautifully written. Immortan Joe's speech in the beginning, when he's given the plebes a little bit of water, and I'll never remember the exact wording, but he basically says to the effect, hey, don't go overboard on this water or else you'll find yourself wanting it. So I'm only going to give you a little bit. Total baller move. Amazingly written movie. Love it. Dog on Fire and Ashes says, I love this guy. I'm going to assume you're talking about me. I love you too. If you're not talking about me, I'm still going to assume you're talking about me. Pete Pet Detective says, Tony, I don't know you, but I saw your stream yesterday, and I love watching you. I'm from Chicago, and your show makes me feel at home. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Pet Detective. What part of Chicago are you from? I would love to know. The stream is really moving. Your imagination of who we are probably better than who we actually are. So true. Right back at you, too. I'm not going to stand up on this shot because who knows? I could be sitting here in my tidy whities. I'm not, but I could be. I want to hear more about your life, says JC4 Brew. You know, that's fun to hear. And, you know, that's something that I intend to do. It's a fine line because I do not want to sensationalize or glamorize a life of crime, allegedly for entertainment purposes. To me, this would be a huge fail if some kid watches this stuff and is like, all right, I'm going to go knock off a Mexican grocery store. So that would be a big fail. So I kind of want to tell some of my stories. I have some hilarious stories from the past. And while they are a legend and just for entertainment purposes, they're pretty funny. And so I intend to do that. I want to, I've been digging through, I have all sorts of stuff in storage. And I used to be a photograph guy. I used to have cameras. I used to like to take pictures. And I've mentioned in earlier streams, one of the things that saved me in my life was Catholic nuns, believe it or not. And one in particular I've talked about a little bit, Sister Marie Josephine, and I'll be talking more about her down the road. I'm sure she's no longer with us, sadly. But I was digging through. I have so much stuff in storage, but I happened upon a picture of her the other day. And Vincenzo, my dopey computer guy, right? He told me a long time ago, he's like, we can put images on, like, in the computer so people can see it. He has yet to show me how to do it. So I'm going to do it the old school Coint way. So I came across a picture of Sister Marie. This is the first time I saw her without her habit, which is that's the penguin suit, right? I already loved Sister Marie before this because of what was on the inside. But this is my first glance essentially at Sister Marie, the beautiful baby. Hubbla hubbla boomski, right? So there's a little preview of a story down the road. Sister Marie Josephine. This is a person where I am probably going to draw the line. If any of you Reddit people are mean about Sister Marie down the road, I might explode. I might invest in learning how to hunt you down through Reddit and ruin your life. Born and raised in the Wheaton area. Okay, so you were on the other day, right, Pet Detective? Because I think we... West suburbs, technically not Chicago. Well, yeah, I mean, the way Chicago works, in my opinion, I mean, it's the whole area, right? So the western suburbs is Chicago. Because let's face it, there's no eastern suburbs, right? That's the fish. That's the lake and whatever happens to be floating in the lake at the time. So Wheaton is very much Chicago area. You have my blessing to say I'm from Chicago to people out of town. But I know Wheaton, and I think I said you must have been on the other day, because I was mentioning that Wheaton is a dry town, right? And Anyway, you should email me. I'd love to. So my email address is ChicagoTonyV, like victory, @gmail.com. Any of you guys feel free to email me. One of the money pennies is going to print that stuff out for me, and I'll read it online. My very special friend Terry has written me a couple of notes that I haven't printed out. But there was a question in here. So here we go. The news with Wilson is back. I'm having a little bit better luck reading your name today. You say, big day for American politics today, Tony. What's your take? All right. So I'm going to... it's time, I suppose, for me to admit something. I have no freaking idea what you're talking about. I haven't been watching the news, reading the paper. I mean, because generally, my opinion could be totally wrong, but generally, it's all bullshit. It's like, where's the truth? I want the truth, you know. Now, I'm not a person who does not generally have my finger on the pulse. You know. So, I mean, if you want to talk about a lot of things around politics, etc., I'm not going to be a total dumbcoff. But tell me, what is the big thing today? What is the big thing today? Let's talk about it. I want to hear. I mean, I assume maybe it's Trump becomes Hitler today. Is that kind of what's going on? Dog on Fire and Ashes, great name, says, you are amazing and I support what you do. And if nobody thinks you're not worth it or bad, just keep positive and ignore them. You literally have made my day. Thank you. Thank you, Dog on Fire and Ashes. I would love to know the origin story of your Reddit name. Mr. Hash Brown said, I was about to say all nuns are hot. Well, that's clearly not true. But some of them are. One of the things I used to like to do back in the day is, I was born and raised Catholic and educated by nuns. You know, I used to like to give some of the nuns just a little reprieve, you know, just like, hey, let's, like Sister Marie used to love to go to the Omega restaurant on Ogden Avenue and get a banana split. I'd take her there, you know. It's hard to get a nun to take any time off. But if you're persistent, you can do it. So Sister Marie used to... she used to like the banana splits. So has anyone told me yet what is happening today? I assume it's, you know, are we going to be at Civil War? Who's going to be president? All that bullshit. Oh, Georgia's special election count, deciding whether our country has a 50-50 Senate or a 51-49 or a 52-48. I get it. And, you know, at a certain level, I understand the argument that says something to the effect of, you know, who's in power really matters, you know, based on does something tip one way or another. But I will just say, and I don't, this is not a political show. I'm not a political person. But I will say, it seems like there is all sorts of anecdotal evidence that says common sense appears to be, common sense has left the building. It's gone. We're in, I don't know, are we in hell? Is that really what's going on? The world is really fucked right now. Back to Reddit. Your hat makes you look like Jack Ruby. Yeah, I can see that. So I named myself Doggo Mama or whatever. Part of the stream is cut off on my extremely overpriced MacBook Pro when I was like 6, and then I started to light fires, and something about ashes flying past you, and okay, dog on fire with ashes. Well, there you go. There's the backstory. Now I know. And when I see you next time, I will probably totally forget and ask you again. And when that if and when that happens, I would like you in the stream to just tell me I'm losing my mind, or just totally ignore me. Just different branding, but same packaging. Yeah, that's pretty much the way I see it. Jesus would not accept the state of the church today. I can't agree with you more. That goofy little carpenter, I think he would have raised some holy heck, right? I've been, I've talked about my Catholic faith before, and I'll just talk about it a little bit more now. So I'm a practicing Catholic, and I love my Catholic faith, but what I love about it is the culture. It's the culture of it. It's the only thing in my life that I can do, and I can say, and I can think, my dad did this exact same thing. This is when he kneeled. This is when he stood up. This is when he said this. This is when he said that. And then my grandpa, same thing. On my Twitter, which is @ChicagoTony, and I hope some of you guys that use Twitter, I'd love it if you followed me. I think one of the Money Pennies put up a picture of my crucifix, my great grandfather's crucifix he brought over on the boat. So I love the history and the tradition. Do I think, I do not worry about the date, all the minutia. That's not why I'm in it. Good thing that's anecdotal. Constant Borborgimus. The sound's been fixed since last time I saw the stream. I'm so glad you're back. And once again, I'd like to apologize for back in the day. Yeah, I was having some trouble. There were gremlins in the system, and I couldn't get Vincenzo to get his act together and come over here and figure out what was going on. As luck would have it, that's something I fixed myself out of desperation. I think it was the crucifix reveal stream, because I was so excited about that. I've been talking about it, and I was excited to share that with you guys. And then I saw in the comments, like, I can't hear you. It sounds like someone's letting air out of a balloon. Shit, that's not good. So I stopped the stream, and I was so frustrated, I started clicking stuff and digging around, which I never do on a computer, because that's usually death for me and the computer. But I fixed it, and ever since, it's been pretty good. So good on me, I guess, for trying. But I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back. LA Transplant 505 says, bring it on 2021. 2020 was weak sauce. Well, sir or madam, probably sir. I don't know. Be careful what you wish for. That reminds me, by the way, those of you that have been with me, I've talked in the past about, and this is again one of the FAQs that's now up on YouTube, ChicagoTonyV. Why are you doing this? What are you doing and why are you doing this? And I've spoken in the past. I've floated that question myself. And the main theories floating around, 10 minutes left. The main theories floating around in my own head. First off, I said, okay, it's got to be a brain tumor. Because my behavior just changed completely. One day I woke up. Now I was exposed to Reddit. I had to know that RPAN existed. But I mean, I just woke up one day and I had to get on RPAN, no matter what the cost. So brain tumor was one, because isn't that how that works? Like the tumor grows and it presses on something in the brain, and then one day you just wake up and you start speaking fluent Chinese, and you're able to change the oil on a De Tomaso Pantera. Why did I think of that kind of car? That's kind of weird. So brain tumor. Another one was just Alzheimer's in general, which I probably have. Just general dementia. I'm clearly moving in that direction. I can't think straight. You guys have helped diagnose me with ADD the other day. It seems like we're in consensus that I don't have the H, the hyperactive. Thank you guys for that. But, so it could be the Alzheimer's. I'm trying. 5G was the other big one, because I've been reading all sorts of anecdotes that make that really pretty scary. But the latest one, I got to thinking. There's an episode of The Twilight Zone, an original episode of The Twilight Zone. Burgess Meredith was in the episode. He was the main star of the episode. I'll never remember what it's called. Moneypenny posted it to Twitter like 3 days ago. If any of you enterprising people want to get on my Twitter account at Chicago Tony and look up what was the name, because I think she posted a link to the episode. But here's it in a nutshell. There's a dude, Burgess Meredith. He was the grandpa in Grumpy Old Men. He was Walter Matthau's dad. He's a guy that loves reading books. Loves reading books. He has these thick glasses. His eyes are shit, just like mine. My glasses aren't that thick. 7.5 minutes. He loves reading books. He's like a bank teller, I think. And he'll get a customer at the bank, and he'll pester them about books. Have you read, thus and so, Shakespeare, whatever. Isn't that funny? I can't even think of a name of a Shakespeare work. That's pathetic. The guy's getting reprimanded by his boss all the time. Stop pestering the people about the books. Enough already. Well, so this poor old guy, he finally he steals away in the bank vault so he can read some books in peace. Read a book in peace for a little while. Well, an atom bomb goes off, H-bomb, whatever was the scary, whatever was the red scare of the time, H-bomb. He comes out of the vault, and Earth is hosed. I'm going to give it all away. I don't want to totally give it all away, but anyway, and he comes across a library that has been decimated, but the book still exists. The books are okay. It's just the walls are gone. And he's just like, I struck gold. Like, finally, I get what I want. So for me, I've said before, there's something about me. It's interesting. You guys on Reddit, you picked up pretty early. You started asking me, "Are you a loner?" Yes. Yes, you could probably call me a loner. It's really weird because I actually love people. I really love people. But a lot of times I don't want to be around people. I don't know why. Now, partly I've had to just sort of hide for the last 20 years because I didn't want to get shivved by some Chicago Dago because of my cheese fry swindle. I'll have to put more about that in the FAQ on YouTube. Anyway, but I think what's partially happened is, in a weird way, all this COVID bullshit nightmare is sort of getting what I thought I wanted a little bit, which was, I really would like a little more time to myself, and I just want to sit and read books and whatever. So I'm like that dude in the Twilight Zone. And then what happened is, I got what I wanted, and I realized, holy crap, I miss people. Yet I'm in a situation where now I'm not allowed to be around people because all of you guys are, what are you? You're all biological weapons. They could kill me at any time, especially the older I get. Especially if your face is uncovered. All bets are off. You will probably kill me if you come near me. So, my thinking is, somewhere in my subconscious, I realized, oh my God, life isn't much worth living unless I interact with people. And since I can't, because you all will kill me, unless you're handing me a Dunkin' Donuts. I started streaming on Reddit. Out of control. I can't stop. So that's my best thinking. Who told you it was ADD? The correct naming convention has been ADHD for a few years now. Thank you, Constant. Oh, whatever. I can't, for some reason, my eyes have gone now. I'm getting tired. Your last part of your name starts with a B. Well, I think what we covered as a group, now you might have qualifications that we don't have, but what we covered as a group the other day, I was accused of being ADD, Attention Deficit Disorder. So are you contending, sir, that that's not a thing? There's always been an H? And does that mean I have to be hyperactive? Is that what that means? Can I be whacked in the head without having the H, the hyperactive? Because that's what I want. I've slept better at night thinking I just couldn't think straight, but I'm not hyperactive. We have only 2 minutes left. Run away with that hot nun. Yes, sir, Vladimir. Maybe I tried. Maybe I did. Maybe I succeeded. Sister Marie is no longer with us. One of these days I'll tell the story. Terrific person. I hope for all of you people that you have someone to love in your life. If you don't have that, at some point, someone at some time in your life told you, you're good enough. We all need that. All you guys deserve that. I don't care how fucked in the head you are. You all are. Just don't drop your glasses. Yes, you've seen the episode, sir. Yes. I can remember, I think I was a kid when I first saw it. I was totally stressed out when that guy dropped his glasses. I fell for him. The News with Wilson says, you seem like one of the nicest, most forgiving people. God bless you, Tony. Thank you, the news. Thank you. You should email me, ChicagoTonyV@gmail.com. For some reason, I'm dying to read emails on the show. I don't know why. ADHD is the blanket term for all these disorders, regardless of hyperactivity. So yes, even if you aren't hyperactive, it's still called ADHD officially. I don't know if I can live with that, Constant Borb. That sucks. I don't want the H. They need to make a new classification. I love all you guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. God bless you. Am I?